Welcome. I don't know. We don't know how we're starting this because this is not a typical sort of episode or really even any sort of episode.
As you can see by the title of this episode, we are announcing that we're going on a hiatus, which makes me really sad. We're both really sad right now, so that's why we sound so down.
But you know what? We've been doing this for 2 years straight.
We have.
That's a long time without like an actual break.
So we're taking a break because life is insane. We're both moving and I'm having a baby and Sarah has kids. We have kids.
Young children, two jobs. So,
Yeah.
like
It's becoming a lot. And unfortunately, we don't have the time to do the research that we want to do. And what I really don't want to do is half ass the podcast. So we are going to take a break. And that makes me so sad. I actually went to therapy this morning and I was just like talking about it and was just like, this is like such a big part of who I am right now. And it's just so sad that I don't get to do this. But I think it's going to be for the best because what we are really hoping to do is come back when we are ready with a new vigor and with more content and more of taking down religious systems and the patriarchy. More of that.
And there were like, honestly, there were even interviews of amazing people that we like had lined up, but I was not expecting to move. It's been crazy and it's all happening in the same span of a couple of months. I'm literally surrounded in a room, like surrounded by boxes right now. I had to dig past boxes to like reset up my equipment.
I know, and all my stuff was put away and we haven't recorded in a really long time. So it's funny. We're like dragging this out because we both don't want it to end, but it's hopefully not going to end. So what we're hoping for you as listeners is to stay subscribed to the feed. And when we come back, it'll just pop up on your feed.
And we're going to put Patreon on hold for those of you that are our Patreon or Apple subscribers.
Speaking of that, we want to say thank you for everyone who has supported us. You have kept the podcast going and it has meant so much to us. We loved our bonus episodes. What we're hoping to is that anyone who had subscribed can still listen to the old bonus episodes. If that's not the case, you can just send us an email and let me know. Our email is heaveninaMiniskirt@gmail.com. We just want to make sure that everyone has access to whatever they had paid for.
If you ever do still want to email us, or if you're finding this podcast and it's later than August/September 2024, we still exist. We still will check the Gmail and send us an email. Let us know your story, how you're doing. Let us know what content you might want to see in the future.
Yeah. And also we have our Instagram at Heaven in a Miniskirt. We're going to keep that going probably to a lesser extent, but keep that going.
Oh, you bet you. There's all kinds of content that can be made.
I know.
So much inspiration with this political climate we are entering into for our American friends.
I can't believe we're not going to be able to record around the US election, but maybe that's for the best. I don't know if I can handle it.
And we like appreciate the community of humans that we've gotten to know over the last 2 years of doing this, and still want to, like we said, want to be very present on Instagram, and feel free to reach out at any point. This is like, we are dragging this on because like I feel like more emotional than I thought I would, because it's like our baby. And then we're like, oh wow, we're gonna actually have to like make effort to stay in touch.
Yeah. So Sarah and I are gonna like lose touch now. No, we won't. But this is something that we share that is so dear to us. And
can you make me a promise?
Yeah.
That you will still make the occasional like snarky video
on Instagram. Yeah, okay, I promise. Occasionally, when I feel snarky, which is a lot lately, actually, I should probably just start doing it. I especially like to make a snarky video when I look disheveled, which is almost every day. So then I look like a crazy person.
If you have your own podcast or YouTube show and you're like, hey, I would love to see Sarah or Jess or both on, you can always like reach out. We still have computers and microphones and cameras, and
we'll be a guest on podcasts.
We'll be a guest. We don't want to disappear, and we love this podcast so much, and
we're still dragging on.
I know, and I feel like I've learned so much over the last couple of years, and like had so many fascinating conversations with people, and really grown maybe more empathy. Maybe
I've learned a whole lot of shit about the Bible that I never knew.
We never did get to the minor prophets like I would have liked to, though. So maybe
I know. We have an extensive list of things to talk about. And we had several episodes planned that we weren't able to pull off like in the next couple months. So we're hoping when we do come back, we'll have a lot of content and be more focused.
And also just have more like fresh eyes and fresh vigor and motivation. Because I've found myself like really losing momentum and like online content. There's a lot of like, it's like hustle and really like, that's really not the point of why we're doing this. We're doing this because occasionally we get a message that it has been helpful to someone. And
that is what gives me like motivation and vigor to keep going.
It makes us so happy. Like we literally like screenshot and text each other every message that we get.
So everyone who has sent us a message, who has even listened to an episode, thank you for your support. And we're really hoping to be back. Just stay subscribed and
we're both good. Like this isn't like there's no like crazy health or mental health issues. Like literally like we're both moving. And Jessica's also the person, like, I don't know if everyone knows this, but I come for the episodes and I do some research and I do the Instagram, but Jessica does all of the editing, all of the setting up of the Zoom calls. And it's going to be weird not talking about Christianity.
But we'll just text each other crazy Christian shit. And you know what? Sarah's always going to send me unhinged TikToks. That's never going to end because I still get those. Okay, well, let's sign off on this part. Yeah. So again, thank you all for listening. And yes, and there's no real dire situation happening, no mental health crisis.
We hope to come back stronger than ever. We don't have any idea about specific timelines because we really want to come back when we feel like we're in a place to commit fully and provide like really good content and be well researched and not feel like we have no water left in our bucket. Like we don't want to burn out.
Definitely not. Yeah.
Look at us being aware and not burning out.
Oh yeah. Self-awareness is important, everybody. So thank you. And still dragging this out.
Can we do one more shout out to a creator?
Sure. Okay. Let's drag this out a little bit longer.
We were going to have this person.
Oh yeah. We were going to have this person on the pod.
And they are so funny.
So Rachel Scanlon.
Yeah, Rachel Scanlon.
So she is a stand-up comedian. And it was like our worlds crossed, like me and Sarah. It was like a stand-up comedian. I am obsessed with stand-up comedy. And then she's LGBTQ in that world.
And ex-Christian.
So like it was like all of our interests were like combined. And I was like, this is going to be the best. But unfortunately, we just do not have the time. She has stand-up specialized on Spotify. And you can buy it if you Google her. I'll also put her information in the show notes.
And then is there time for one last story time with Sarah or no?
Oh my God. Do you want to do a story time with Sarah?
Yeah, I do.
Sure.
I'm so sad.
We can't get through an episode without doing a story time with Sarah.
Yeah.
All right. Let's do our final story time with Sarah for now.
Welcome to Story Time with Sarah. Sit back, relax, and enjoy a story from our favorite book, the Bible.
What are we going to go out with, Sarah?
Cain and Abel.
Okay, that's depressing. I know this one.
But have you gone through all of it?
No, definitely not.
I know, I certainly haven't.
I only know the basics.
Genesis 4.
Okay.
And it starts like this book does not disappoint. It starts off. Now Adam had sexual relations with his wife, Eve, and she became pregnant. First one, folks. Never memorized that in Sunday school.
I should tattoo that one on my body.
Yeah. No, you should just put Genesis 4:1, and then when people ask, you're like, well, when Adam had sexual relations with his wife.
Yep.
And when she gave birth to Cain, she said, with the Lord's help, I have produced a man. Later, she gave birth to his brother and named him Abel. So Abel's clearly the less special. When they grew up, Abel became a shepherd and Cain cultivated the ground. When it was time for the harvest, Cain presented some of his crop as a gift for the Lord. Abel also brought a gift, the best portions of the firstborn lambs from his flock. The Lord accepted Abel and his gift, but he did not accept Cain. Aww.
Why?
This made Cain very angry and dejected. I don't know why yet. So
there's no reason.
So the Lord, God the Father here, why are you so angry? The Lord asked Cain. Why do you look so dejected? You will be accepted if you do what is right. But if you refuse to do what is right, then watch out. Sin is crouching at the door, eager to control you. You must subdue it and be its master. So he's like, I don't accept your vegetable gift. So he maybe needs bloodshed. Maybe that's a foreshadowing to the sacrifice of Jesus. One day, Cain suggested to his brother, let's go to the fields. And while they're in the field, Cain attacked his brother Abel and killed him. Afterward, the Lord asked Cain, where's your brother? Where's Abel? You know, God, you know, like, don't gaslight, you know. Like, and Cain said, I don't know. Am I my brother's guardian? But the Lord said, what have you done? Listen, your brother's blood cries out to me from the ground. Now you are cursed and banished from the ground. No longer will the ground yield good crops for you, no matter how hard you work. From now on, you will be a homeless wanderer on the earth. Okay. Cain replied to the Lord, my punishment is too great for me to bear. You have banished me from the land and from your presence, and you have made me a homeless wanderer. Anyone who finds me will kill me. The Lord replied, no, I will give a sevenfold punishment to anyone who kills you. Okay. So you still kind of like him because you're going to punish someone 7 times worse if they kill Cain?
Yeah, what's so special about Cain?
And then the Lord put a mark on Cain to warn anyone who might kill him.
Oh, that's it.
Yeah.
So I have a question. We've talked about this before, but aren't there supposed to be no other people? I know there's lots of different explanations for this, but if we're going like pure, just biblical, like Adam and Eve are supposed to be the only people. And then their kids.
There's definitely more people because Cain left the Lord's presence and he went to the land of Nod, which is east of Eden. And then the next verse is Cain had sexual relations with his wife and she became pregnant and gave birth to Enoch. Oh my God. Like,
whoa, what?
Oh my God.
Enoch?
Enoch,
Wait,
yeah.
What?
Yeah. Whoa, Enoch. Yeah, Enoch.
The Enoch?
Gave birth to Enoch. Then Cain founded a city which he named after Enoch, his son. Then his son had a son named Arad. Okay, but we go down a little bit, and then there's the next line is like the birth of Seth. Adam had sexual relations with his wife again and gave birth to another son. She named him Seth.
I love the name Seth in the Bible. I have heard this before. It's so good.
It is so, so good. And then then Seth had a son named Enosh, like Enoch with SH. That's awful. That's way worse, like way less cool. Like Enosh and Enoch were first cousins.
Enosh and Enoch, all right.
That would be a cute, like, influencer, like, grayish, millennial, Christian baby company. Enoch and Enosh.
You're right. It would be definitely have to do with baby clothes.
Yeah.
For sure. Enoch
and
Enosh.
it would be like a white sort of, like, handwriting with a tan background. That would be...
Sarah, you don't even have to say it. Everything you're saying is correct.
So if you want to start that brand of clothes, you owe me 30% of all profits, please. We should trademark that maybe one day.
All right. Well, you know what? That'll be my next task today is trademarking Enoch and Enoch.
So what did we learn today?
What did
we learned that Adam had sexual relations 3 times.
There was a lot of sexual relations happening in Genesis.
We learned about Enoch. Is it the Enoch? We got to look that up.
Yeah, you got to look that up. But what did I learn? Well, I learned that I'm still sad. This is just like a sad episode, but I'm really glad we did a story time with Sarah. That made me happy and made me laugh.
No, it's a different Enoch.
Okay. Enoch. I thought it might be because I think the other Enoch is like later. It's closer to like Noah's time.
Yeah.
And so
Enoch,
that's like later.
So there's one Enoch that is the grandson of Adam, but the other Enoch is the great grandson of Adam. They are 1 chapter apart in Genesis, just for a timeline there.
All right. We all learned something today, didn't we? Well, can we drag this on even longer, Sarah?
We've done a creator. We've done a
story time with Sarah.
Oh, how did you celebrate Pride? You didn't tell anyone.
Oh, I didn't do anything. Well, was I supposed to? Well, they had the events and my husband got COVID and it was just chaos.
Ask me.
Okay, Sarah, what did you do?
I went on a queer nightlife tour in Amsterdam.
You did?
It wasn't actually Pride, but that's like probably the gayest thing to do.
You told me about this. This is so funny. There's only 3 of you there.
There's only 3 of us.
It's my favorite thing.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Well, that's pretty pridey. We have to stop.
We love you. We do have to stop.
Clearly we don't want to stop, but we have to. All right. Well, thank you all for your love, support, and your ears that you use to listen to the podcast. And we hope to be back so that we can enlighten you with our ridiculous stories again.
And do reach out, sending so much love and so many thoughts and probably no prayers. Probably none.
Thoughts and positive
energy, positive vibes.
Okay. Bye.
Bye. That's a wrap.